nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so happy. There's nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats.
With me today is Kim Stoddard, and we're at Sport of Horses Park in Snow Camp, North Carolina. And Kim is the president of TREC USA.
Yes.
Now, I've known about TREC a long time, but I realized today that I really didn't know much about it at all. So tell me a little bit about your organization.
TREC is a member-based organization. It's nonprofit, and our goal is to educate people about the sport of TREC.
Which is?
Which is an international trail riding competition.
Okay.
It's really big in Europe, and we're trying to bring it to the United States.
Okay, so this is kind of like a trail challenge on steroids, if you will. So tell us, it has 3 phases?
Yes.
Okay, what are they?
So the TREC has 3 phases. It has an orienteering phase, which is 10 to 28 miles long, depending on what level you're at. And you do the course with a map and a compass, no GPS allowed. And you follow a mapped route, and you have to do it at different paces along different sections.
Mm-hmm. So with the orienteering, it's basically like a navigation that's a timed event?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not a race. You're given a set speed at the start, and you maintain that speed following your map until you come to a checkpoint, which isn't not on your map. It's unmarked. And when you come in, they give you a score for your coming in the right direction, and they take your time. You get a little break, and then you get a new time set for your next section that you got.
Okay, so they kind of adjust the times based on the topography and the area that you're going to be going through.
Right.
Okay, and then what's the second phase?
The second phase is called control of paces, and it's another timed test. This is only 150-meter corridor by 2 meters wide, and you go out and you canter as slowly as possible for the length of the corridor without breaking gait and without stepping outside of it. And then you come back walking as quickly as possible, again without breaking gait. And so they take your time, and it's converted to a score.
So if you break the gate, are you disqualified automatically, or is it just a point deduction, or how does that work?
You get 30 points for each direction, and if you break gate, you get a 0.
Okay.
So it's really hard actually to score well.
I'm sure it is. That would be tough, especially cantering really slow. I would think that would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then what's the third phase?
The third phase is really fun. It's the trail obstacle course, and it consists of 16 obstacles. They're 10 points each. Mm-hmm. And again, it's not a race. You get a set time that you can't go over the time, but it's really really fun.
All right. Now tell me about some of the obstacles that we demo today.
So the obstacles are all specified in the rule book. There are 32 obstacles to choose from. Some of them are done in hand, some of them are done mounted, and they all simulate either things that you will encounter on the trail or emphasize skills that are required to ride safely on the trail.
Okay, so when you go to do the trail obstacle course, they're numbered and you do them in numerical order, and you have a map that shows you where they are, and
yes,
and you can sort of study the obstacle in advance and know what you need to do with each obstacle to make the most points.
Yes.
Okay.
I really love these guys, and because I do, I care what they eat. I buy my hay from Bird Farms. They offer quality, nutritious hay at competitive prices. They even store it for me till I need it. Order yours today.
So we also offer trainings and clinics specifically about the obstacles to let people really understand how they're scored and to perfect the skills that they need to do well.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the obstacles. Now, I know we saw something called low branches.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Okay, low branches can be done at a walk, trot, or canter, and the obstacle basically has a set of poles that are overhead, and you have to go under it and not knock the poles off.
So it simulates if you were riding through the woods and ducking around the tree branches and how the horse reacts when you're wiggling around and laying down on his head and stuff.
Right, it's supposed to get your horse to lower his head and accept your weight on his neck.
Okay, very nice. And what about the pole bending obstacle? I don't remember the exact name of it.
Oh, it's called the slalom.
Okay, like skiing.
Yeah, and it's a series of 6 poles spread out about 16 feet apart that you ride through switching sides. The way they're set up though, it's too short for you to actually weave through it. You really want to ride it in a straight line and step sideways between the poles.
And then you did something called a hedge.
Yes. Hedge is one of the more natural obstacles. It generally has branches coming up that your horse is able to step through. So it might have a solid part that looks, that they have to step over, but it'll look a lot larger, so the horse can either step through it or jump over it.
So it makes an optical illusion because the branches are sort of spread out. So it looks like a hedge bush. That would make sense. And then what were some of the other obstacles that we looked at?
Well, we had a ditch. We had S-bend, which is a very TREC-specific obstacle where you have to go through the S-bend and not knock down the poles.
And that was very tight turns and really took a lot of skill to manipulate your horse not stepping outside of that.
Yeah, and that's one that can also be done in hand. And a lot of the obstacles, when we're training, we teach people to do it in hand first and then mounted. Once the horse understands what they're supposed to do, generally goes better.
Definitely better.
Some of the other obstacles we have are a bank, we have a gate. So the gate is always done mounted. It's a very practical skill. In TREC, the gate always swings both directions, so you have a choice of pulling it towards you or pushing it away from you. And there's a rope that's attached to the gate. The point is to go through the gate and close it again behind you and put the, good job, Heather.
I like the rope moving. That's so much of a handy thing.
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference. Great job, Heather.
Very good.
Hey, it's your old pal Dusty from Double L Tack. Come on down for our big Christmas sale. It's going on from now till the end of the year, so if you don't get something from Santa Claus, you can come by and get it and it's still on sale. We got boots and clothes on sale. We got saddles and tack on sale, saddle pads on sale, a lot of gift items, blingy stuff to go in the house and in the barn. So come on down, take a look. You might see something you didn't know you had to have. If you can't make up your mind, you can always get a gift certificate because we're the old-fashioned way.
This is the corridor, and this can be done either ridden or in hand. In hand, you can do it at a walk or a trot, and ridden, you can do a walk, trot, or canter. And it's pretty narrow, but they're actually able to do it.
Let's move that way.
Come on, Blue, trot, trot.
Good Good job.
Good job.
Not what you're supposed to do. Thanks. And you have a lot of different levels too. So tell me a little bit about the different levels in your contests and things.
So the rule book that we use is the international rule book, and the international rules are for the highest level of competition, and it's a little too hard for anyone when they're first starting out. So we have 4 levels in the States, which start out at a very beginner level and are suitable for any, we can accommodate any level of horse or rider.
And any type of horse and discipline, I guess, would work as well.
Yes, we have people that ride Western, people that ride English. Sometimes when you get to the higher level, you might want an English saddle, but it's not necessary. There are people that ride at the international level that ride Western, and any kind of horse can be suitable for trek.
Now, when you're doing the obstacle, not just the obstacles, but the whole thing, the 3 phases,
Yes.
can you do part of it as an English person and part of it as a Western person?
No, you have to maintain the same tack
Okay.
throughout the competition.
Okay, that's interesting. Just curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question because some people on the long trail ride might want a different saddle than they're going to do obstacles in, but you have to have the same tack throughout.
Okay.
Welcome to Martin County in northeastern North Carolina, located halfway between Raleigh and the Outer Banks.
Martin County's got art.
Great shopping.
Great churches.
Great kayaking.
Great business opportunities.
Great food.
NASCAR.
Great golf.
Great medical care.
The Bob Martin Ag Center.
Safe communities.
Great RV camping.
Great nature trails. Great history and heritage.
Martin County has great schools.
And there's great fishing. Well, there you have it. Martin County. It's all here. We're waiting for you.
So it sounds like there's a lot of these classes that would cater well to gaited horse breeds, which are huge in the trail world.
Yes.
So how would that play into your program?
We actually have a lot of people that ride gaited horses that do really well. The only challenge is in the obstacles. Some of the obstacles you choose between walk, trot, or canter. We allow for walk, gait, or canter.
Okay.
So that they can participate also.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And do you have a specific bit that you require people to ride in, or is it whatever you're used to, or how does that work?
We have some rules about your equipment. We don't allow tie downs. You can ride with a running martingale. Most of our people just ride in a regular snaffle. Some ride in a double bridle or a pelham.
Okay, and all those rules are on your website?
But
so people,
Western tack is appropriate.
Okay,
Yeah.
and they can check all that on your website?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this obstacle is the log. Again, these are level 1 and 2 logs. They get quite large. This obstacle can be done at a walk, trot, canter. Doesn't matter, they're just looking for a nice forward motion. You can also do the log in hand, which Tim is going to show us. This is called the step up or the step down. That was very nice.
Good job.
In hand. It can be done in hand or ridden.
You want it one more time?
Sure.
Want to go up?
And this particular
Now back her up,
bank, the way it's set up,
just beside the gate.
can also be done as a path crossing. because you can come up it and then come down it on the other side.
Very nice.
Want to go up?
Put them on your other hand.
Nothing to it.
Very nice. And you can do it at any gait that suits you.
Beautiful.
Very relaxed. You're going up, it's called the step up. And she's doing the step up and the step down.
Now tell me a little bit about international competition.
Well, in Europe, there are about 200,000 people that are doing TREC. It's a really popular sport. And there are lots of local competitions, but there's always a European Cup for both seniors and juniors every year. And every 4 years, there's a World Championships of TREC.
And did you guys just go to that?
Yep. We took a team this year to Spain to the TREC World Championships in Segovia. And it was a huge adventure and a lot of fun.
The local organization took the team?
Well,
or the United States?
We represent the United States.
Okay. How many TREC organizations in the U.S. are there?
There's one.
Just
TREC USA.
Just here? Okay.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
are other groups in Virginia and Kentucky, but we're all part of the same organization.
Okay.
So from that pool of riders, we had a rider from Kentucky and others from North Carolina that went. And it was self-funded. They raised money and managed to do it. One of the things about competing at that level is we do not take our own horses over.
Right.
We arrange to lease horses and go a little ahead of time to get to know them and teach them the TREC obstacles. But it definitely makes it more challenging for us than for others.
Definitely. Yeah. Will that be something that's ever held in the U.S., do you think?
Possibly. It'll take some doing. Usually to put on a TREC event at that level, you have 2 judges for every obstacle. You have to put up the judges, the horses, the thing. So I think we might start by just inviting some people to come from Europe, but to put on a world championship is a lot of money and a lot of resources.
Are there is there a USA championship?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully soon.
Okay.
We do about 6 full competitions a year, and a lot of clinics and a lot of fun competitions to offer to people that are just learning about TREC and want to give it a try.
Okay. So if I was interested in being part of this or getting to know more about it, how would I go about that?
Well, you could join us at one of our events, certainly. We post a lot of our events on our website and also on Facebook.
Okay.
We try to make them accessible to all levels of riders and not to leave you stuck in the woods, like lost in the woods. We always make sure that everyone gets brought back in.
Right, definitely. Definitely.
And when you start out at the lower levels, you ride in groups. You don't have to go out alone.
Right.
So it's safer and more fun.
And people can come out and watch your events too and kind of get a feel for what you're about before they bring the horse and jump right in?
Oh yeah, we invite people to audit for free anytime.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for spending time with me.
Okay, thank you, Rose.
If you're interested in a career working with horses, then Martin Community College is the place for you. MCC's Equine Technology program is the only one offered among North Carolina's 58 community colleges. The program is management-oriented with classes in breeding, nutrition, training, riding, equine health, and more. Graduates can leave MCC prepared to work in recreational and racing barns, breed to discipline-oriented farms, or assistant farm management. For more information, contact Martin Community College today.
Hello, I'm David King with 5K Arena. This is my wife, Ivy King. We put on sorting, pennings, and cuttings. I'm going to let my wife talk to you about the type of feed we use from Mule City Feed.
We called Paul up with Mule City Specialty Feeds about 5 years ago. He was absolutely wonderful to work with. We had a need to fill because our commercial feed had just gotten higher and higher and our feed bill was through the roof. He helped us mix a feed that was exactly what we were looking for. Our horses have stayed fat and shiny, had plenty of energy without losing their minds, and we couldn't be happier.
We're here with Kristin Ide today, and Kristin's been burning up the barrel racing track all over the United States this year. She's had an amazing year. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Well, this year we have run with Carousel, we've run with Zebra, and we've run with SRA, and those have really been our focus, as well as a couple of the American qualifiers.
All right.
So we've kind of been all over.
So you're qualified now to go to the American?
We are. We got Smack qualified down in Augusta, so he ended up 5th out of 10 that they took back. And we were just out of qualifying with Bayou when we went to Asheville.
Is there another opportunity to qualify with Bayou?
There is next weekend, but I think I'm going to take, the next couple months and really kind of get back with him, because he had not necessarily an injury, but he got really sore and he quit working. So we're kind of trying to get back on track together instead of continuing to blow entry fee money.
Oh, I understand that. So how have you been placing in the circuits that you've been running?
Fairly well. Smack actually won Horse of the Year for the SRA.
Wow.
Bayou won the Carousel Championship, and we also won the SRA Championship on Smack.
Now, SRA, what is that?
Southern Rodeo Association.
And what all does that encompass? Where does that go?
They have them,
United States,
yeah, really from, they've gone as high as Virginia, over to Tennessee, and down to Georgia. Really seems to be where they are.
All right. So most of the barrel racing that you do is rodeo barrel racing. So what is the difference between that and a show?
Shows you can kind of guarantee a lot nicer ground and a pretty standard size pattern. Rodeo, you have no idea what you're going to get until you get there, which I think it's fun. It's a bit more of a challenge for me and my horses to have to adjust everywhere we go. Sometimes you have really bad ground, so you have to have a horse that stands upright and is more gritty.
Right.
So, and that's more of where he does well.
Right. So when you're shopping around for a barrel horse, what are you looking for?
Really, I'm looking for one that's sane, that works, that's, they're going to stand upright, they're going to be gritty, and they're going to go in there and listen to you, because I know a lot of people like horses that run. I like one that wants to listen and work for you, because the turns are what makes your time, in my opinion. That's just me. And the speed can always come, so you can always speed a horse up to get it in between and make up your time.
Do you train your own barrel horses?
Yes and no. I actually refer a lot of the time to Jute Wright. He's been my lifesaver this year, and he actually helped me fix our first barrel with him, which is what helped us this entire season.
All right. So when is the American? February?
February 14th through 19th. There are 2 rounds of semifinals, and directly the day after is the American.
Okay.
So
what is the prize if you win that?
They actually just added $500,000 to the pot at the semifinals on top of. So to backtrack, you have to pay a $500 entry fee. They take 25% of that and they pay it out at the qualifier you qualified at. 25% of that goes to the semifinals and 50% of that goes to the American. On top of that 25% they're taking to the semifinals, they've now added $500,000 to that. So that's going to be the total pot won.
Right.
So it should be a pretty impressive payout. And then the American, if you win it and you're non-pro, you win $1 million.
All right. Are you non-pro?
Yes.
Well, we're rooting for you, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So after the American and you win that, what are you going to have your eye on afterwards?
I really want to try to focus, I think, on IPRA and WPRA this season and just see where we can go and if we can stay on top of our game like we have this season.
Now, you're speaking Greek. IPRA is?
The International Pro Rodeo Association, which is like the whole U.S. and Canada mostly, where they compete.
The W one?
The WPRA is co-sanctioned in a sense with the PRCA. It's Women's Professional Rodeo Association. So if you can go, I would join Southeastern Circuit, and so if I did well with that, we would go to their finals. If we do well at their finals, we can go to Dodge Ram finals. And from there, you can kind of work into getting into the PRCA and going on tour for the NFR, hopefully.
Okay, so I guess after watching Kristin on my show, you'll be watching her on RFD TV at all these big events.
I hope so.
So I know you're going to be writing some articles for our magazine.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about what you're planning for your series.
So the first one I know we had discussed, we were going to start out talking about how to set and accomplish your goals, looking forward into 2017 coming up. Where should you join, why should you go there, and what suits you and your horse. Another one we can cover is going to be supplements, how to keep your horse feeling his best when you're traveling, because I know like this year we've been to Florida, to Pennsylvania, New York, all over, and knock on wood, my horses have stayed sound and happy and healthy. So that's going to be a big article. Another one is, who you halt with. It does make a difference. So, there's a lot of topics you can cover, and mine would be geared more towards rodeo because that's what I know and do.
Right.
But hopefully everybody can take a little something away from it.
All right.
This is Paul Dunn from Mule City Feeds. We've been delivering horse feed to eastern North Carolina since 1981. And not only have we been delivering it, we've been leading the industry so far as compliance with state North Carolina and giving the best quality product possible. We test everything that comes in from the local farmers. We do quality assurance and we deliver the product. Give us a chance. Your neighbors giving us a chance. We'd like to have your business here at Mule City Feeds. Also, when you deal with the big feed companies, you might have to wait 4 or 5 days just to get the feed. Give us a call and you'll be shocked we'll deliver in an hour.
My name is Kristin and I'm going to be a new writer for the Southeast Hoofbeats, and our first article is going to come out for the January-February edition, and it's going to cover how to set and accomplish your goals in 2017. Some things we're going to look into are what associations you should join, where your horse will excel the most, and how to keep your horse sound while you're on the road chasing that circuit. And I hope you like it.
Hey, I'm Paul Dunn here at Mule City Feeds. I want to tell you what people do at Christmas for gifts. We sell feed here, so guess what? A significant other, a wife, a husband, a daughter, a son will come in, never been in our business before, and they'll say, hey look, my dad loves his animals. I want to get a gift certificate for them to feed their animals. There's nothing else I know to give them. And time after time, the person comes back and said, that was the best Christmas gift I could have got.
I really love these guys, and because I do, I care what they eat. I buy my hay from Bird Farms. They offer quality, nutritious hay at competitive prices. They even store it for me till I need it. Order yours today.
Partner with us as we explore the horse-human relationship. Curl up with something you love, an issue of Southeast Hoofbeats magazine. Available in print at select locations, or read us online.
There's nothing